the vibe that you normally get is, don't they just sleep a lot, and isn't it quite boring? And I've never worked in a more manic place in all of my life, only because the service users are always so alert and so happy, and we're all quite close-knit like a family. But when you hear about this negative press, I feel that we all get tarnished with the same brush, and we're not really given that opportunity to prove or show it to them. I have no problems working 7 days a week. I have no problems working extra hours. If it benefits them, then my life can be put on hold. That's not a problem. It's a really good job. I love this job, actually.
Well, I do really whatever I can, which I like. I mix a lot. I go for walks and cook. Make little things. Not a lot. It's only me. So no, it's quite a pleasant life, really. You don't have time really to mix. I know that sounds a funny thing when you're in a home, but it's true, it does go quickly, the time. I get out as much as I can, and I love walking, so that, and of course the families come, and visitors come to the building, and of course we're near a park, so it is quite pleasant. You know, it takes a long time to adjust though, I might add. I don't do any gardening like I used to when I was in a house, so that's how I do waste a lot of time picking up books and different things and putting them down again and reading, answering letters, and the time just flies by.
My name is Chris and I'm the hairdresser here at Poplars. I've been here about 3 years. I do everyone's hair. I'm quite a bubbly personality, so it makes them laugh, most of them. And we become friends, you know. I talk to them about all sorts of things. I tell them about my family, they tell me about themselves.
Was it Spanish?
Oh, in Portugal.
Who? Yes, that's nice.
Madeline.
Who?
Madeline.
That's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's very important for them, not just to have their hair done, but socially as well. Yeah, it's. I mean, I think anyone that has, when your hair looks a mess, you feel down, and it's a feel-good factor.
Oh well, I mean now it's very different. And before I was at home, doing work and shopping and general cleaning, but here there's nothing to do except eat, sleep, go out, or play a game, or listen to television. Don't use your brains much, certainly. Like something with more meat in it than that.
Everyone's always jolly. We all work as a team here. The residents are always really happy, very bubbly. It's generally a nice atmosphere here. It's a very rewarding job. Every time I go home I feel happy with myself, and a lot of people say that I should be proud of myself for doing what I do. Sometimes, like when you see one bad home, then they make every home look bad. It does get to me sometimes, because especially when you see it on the TV yourself and you work in care, you sort of look and you think, how can anyone do things they do? And then it does anger me when I see people getting treated bad, because I'm like, wow, just how can you do that? It's lovely here. I think it's lovely here. I hope that when I'm older, I'll get someone like here. There's always funny moments during the day. Like earlier, there was a pretty funny moment with one of the residents singing very loudly to one of the songs. And then there's loads. We have like Christmas parties, summer barbecues, which is always lovely, and all the families join in with dancing and the singing, so it is good. When I'm older, I will definitely have a lot of memories working here. That will be happy memories.
Oh, you got a curtsy as well. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm Carolyn, I'm Elsie's daughter, and Mum's been a resident here for, I think it's over 2 years now, just over 2 years. Generally speaking, I think the girls who work in, the carers, are absolutely fantastic. I couldn't do their job, I think they're really great, and they care an awful lot about the residents here. When I've had issues, and I'd be the first to admit that, when I've had issues, I've taken them straight to Sam, and they've been dealt with, and I've been very pleased with their response to issues that I've raised. So yeah, I've been very, very happy with it here, yeah. As far as the elderly is concerned, I think that they need some stimulation, and with stimulation comes happiness. I think elderly people do get very depressed, and they get very low. I know Mum has from time to time where she's become quite low, and if you're confused, that creates it. But I think the activities enable them to do something slightly different from the normal, just sitting and just thinking about things, thinking about their lives. I came to the barbecue, and I've been to the Christmas party for 2 years, and I've even been known to get up and entertain at those Christmas parties. So I enjoy it, actually, because I see Mum smiling and I see all the residents smiling. I think it's really important for them. There's always room for improvement. I'm not holding back on that at all, and I'm sure that the powers that be know that, they know that I've spoken to them. But I mean, generally speaking, when Mum first came into a home, I looked quite carefully around the homes in the area, because I live locally, so I wanted her to be local to me. And it was definitely the best one, because that's what we were after.
My name's Peter Chesney, and I'm living at Poplars care home, which they do care for you very much. You make your own pleasures, don't you? I don't read a lot, actually read, but I listen. I love the radio. I listen to the radio, very nice. And the day passes. They have quizzes and bits of the past, people talk, and you can converse with the other residents. Then there's someone new comes, and they like to hear you talk, sort of thing. And when it's your birthday, they make an effort. Yes, it's very. You can't complain really at all. Lover man, oh, where can you
be? I don't think I could have come to a better place. They're very good. As I said before, the food's excellent. I've got my own bedroom. I mean, I've got to forget about my other home in the bungalow. I was plenty of money, and everything was of the best. But here, I started off quite happy, and so I tried to forget the other as much as I could. But of course, it was difficult. I mean, I had a nice big double bed. I have a little single bed here, and things like that, you have to get used to. But I still keep saying I'm lucky to be alive.
Hey, monkey. What's up? Starting to go for a walk. Got a half hour. Is that right? Yes, it is.
There's always a buzz phrase that goes around most care homes that's very easy to say, but again hard to execute, which is person-centred care. Person-centred care meaning that for every particular person, you centre on their care needs specifically. And with the actual environment itself, you have to listen to your customers, so to speak, because otherwise you can't cater for their particular care needs meaningfully. You can do, but then it would be like a hospital or it would be like a hotel. And that's kind of like how I sometimes think care homes should be, in between a hotel and a hospital. Homely, but with the nursing edge and the clinical governance that operates over it. Feedback that we get each month is then implemented as part of an action plan, and then the following month we then obviously try to carry that out as best as possible, and then we feed back again in the following meeting, so therefore we can then move forward and onwards and upwards basically as well. So it's a learning curve always. A number of my service users have very, very light diagnosed dementia or behavioural traits that lean towards a diagnosis of dementia. Dementia has existed for millions of years, but is just better diagnosed now. A lot of what we do here is dementia specific to a light degree. So that would be things to do with reminiscence. So for a reminiscence session, discussing their life, asking them, you know, who are you? What makes you, you? So how many brothers and sisters do you have? What was your actual job that you did, or number of jobs that you did? How many children did you have? What do they do now? What was your favourite holiday? What was your dream when you were younger? That sort of thing. It allows them to reminisce and to go back to a happier time. You have a reminiscence environment. So if you'll see walking around the home, I don't have meaningless landscapes of like countryside or a beach scene. I have old adverts because A, it's a talking point, B, it's a reminiscence conversational piece as well. We have the reminiscence books, the magazines popular in that particular decade, to women's fashion, to the cars that were released in that particular decade. It's a conversational piece, that's all it is. It's a stimulus. You just have to drop one bomb and then watch it go off, and that's all you have to do. You can talk about a certain Ford car, and then one person will go, oh yes, I know that. I know about that because my husband had one, and oh, let me tell you the problems we had with that. And off they go, and off they go. Because again, they may not remember what they had for breakfast, but they'll know the license plate from their car 35 years ago. And that's how it is, that's how it works. Happiness is subjective, and really, what level of happiness is there in striving for independence when perhaps responsibly they maybe should come into a care home? We understand that this isn't their home, they understand that too, but they are certainly happy to take part, and they find their points of joy in every day.
I don't recommend old age though.
Why not?
Honestly, it alters everything.
That's it.
Finished, ladies. How does it alter everything?
Well,
You outlook on life, I suppose.
all your wrinkles come and spots are on your hands and everywhere. Oh, but on the other hand, we feel very lucky to be alive. That's the main thing.
Come on, you can come in. Don't be frightened. There she is.
Hello, Michael. That's my son right there.